A transit is an astronomical phenomenon where a smaller celestial object appears to move across the face of a larger celestial object. For example, to an observer on Earth, the transit of Mercury would appear as if the planet moves across the face of the Sun. Mercury and Venus are the only planets that lie inside Earth's orbit and are therefore the only planets that can be viewed during a transit. Mercury, the smallest planet in our solar system, is also the closest planet to the Sun. The planet's orbit is elliptical, meaning that at times it will be quite close to the Sun and other times quite far away. If you were standing on Mercury when it is at its closest point to the Sun would look 3 times bigger than it does from Earth. The first prediction of a transit of Mercury event was made by German astronomer Johann Kepler in 1630. He did not observe the transit himself, but his prediction allowed French astronomer Pierre Gassendi to be the first person to actually observe the event in 1631. Since the alignment and tilt of the planet in transit must be in just the right orbital arrangement, transits are very rare. The transit of Mercury will only occur about a dozen times this century. Let's take a closer look at the transit of Mercury. The first phase of the transit, called the Ingress, starts when Mercury is externally tangent to the Sun. Shortly after the Ingress begins, the planet can be seen as a small notch in the solar limb. By the end of this phase, the planet is internally tangent to the Sun and can be seen in its entirety for the first time. As the transit progresses, Mercury eventually reaches a point closest to the Sun's center. This instant is called the greatest transit. Once the planet makes contact with the opposite solar limb, the final phase of the transit, called the Egress, begins. The end of this phase occurs when Mercury is again externally tangent to the Sun and the planet can no longer be seen. This whole process can take up to several hours to complete. Astronomical phenomena involving the Sun, such as transits or eclipses, can be difficult to view since it is dangerous to look directly at the Sun. The safest method for viewing a transit of Mercury is to use a refracting telescope to project an image of the Sun onto a piece of white paper, with another piece of paper creating a border. Mercury will appear as a small black dot within the circular outline on the paper. Studying transits has allowed astronomers to calculate the parallax, or distance, from Earth to Mercury and Venus, which has led to further discoveries about our universe, such as the size of the solar system.